Hey everybody, welcome back again to my channel. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is something that I've been meaning to do for a little while. Let me take this guys out and show you. A few weeks, almost a month ago, or maybe a little bit more, somebody at Apple IIc mentioned that they had a replacement for the IWM. For those who doesn't know, the IWM, it's a chip that the Macintosh, the Apple II, well, actually the Macintosh Plus also use it, but it's normally for the Apple II, Apple IIc, Apple IIgs, and Mac, the first Macs, the 512 and 128. They used to use this, and what this does is called the integrated Woz Machine, and it's basically kind of a driver, a chip that handles the data and mostly the drives, mostly the smart port. So it allows you to have larger hard drives like the 800K or even the 32 megabyte hard drives. So it's a very specialized chip. It is very difficult to get, and so far it could only be sourced from another computer, because it's not, as far as I know, it was not easy to recreate or to redo. So this gentleman came out with this IWMless, and what it means by that is, come closer, and this is the person is called Uncle Bernie. He's a very nice guy, and he sent me this one. This is a kind of like a test. He did a few of them and send them out to test out. If everything goes right, I'm gonna ask him to contact my friend Joe from jcm-1.com, because he always he has a great store and he always gets the best things. So maybe he can distribute it and do other things. So anyway, this is a replacement, of course, of the IWM, the original IWM, and I am going to test it right now. So let's go to a computer and see what's going on. All right, here we are at my bench. I try to be more, less slow. This is an Apple IIc that I had that had issues, no booting, so it has problems. So I think this is a great opportunity to try it, because I think the problem is precisely the IWM chip. I am not sure, but it doesn't boot floppies. You put any floppies, the floppy runs, but it doesn't load any data. So I already took it out just because I don't want to spend 20 minutes on camera just showing how I desoldered this. Basically what you do is you take if you have something like this, it's a lot easier and better. And because my soldering experience is not very good, I prefer to use specialized machines that makes it a lot easier and nicer. Another thing that I want to do is, a lot of people, they just cut the feet of the chips, but this chip is so difficult to find, so difficult so specialized, that I prefer not to destroy it if possible. Let's see if I can see it closer. I don't have enough light. Let's see if I can bring some light. Yeah, and there you go. So it's an Apple chip. So basically this is the IWM. How do you know? Well, other than the chip, well, it's the other way, but it says IWM here. Let's see if I can do that. Oh, there you go, IWM. So this is where it goes. What I did is I took my desoldering gun, just for you to know, and went one by one. It sucks all the solder from it, and then very little by little you try to pull it out until it comes out. So I may need to clean it up a little bit more. Just finished this desoldering. So what I do to see if it's a good job, at least on my side, is I take a lamp and put it in the back. Well, this is too much light, but I try to put some light behind it and see if the holes go through. And actually, a lot of them, they don't. So I'm gonna have to go on and clean them up a little bit more. Yeah, I can see that there's some issues. So I'm gonna have to clean it up a little bit more. That means I gotta heat one by one and blow it or suck the solder that is in there. So it's a tedious process. So I'm gonna just try to do it offline, so you don't have to endure with me this tedious process. So I'll just come back when it's cleaned and I'll show you how. Okay, maybe you guys want to see the process a little bit. I hope you can see what I'm doing. So what I do is I come, let me see if I can go closer. That's gonna be a little difficult, but yeah, there. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing, but I can't see what I'm doing. So I need to move this, and I hope I don't. Yeah, there, hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Yes, so there's my board. What I do is I put I see where there's some residue inside. So I put this on top. I take some time on it. Oops. Oh, anyway, I didn't damage anything. It's just I don't want to be moving things. The problem is because I have a magnifying lens next to me. I need to be able to see, and at the same time I want to show you guys how to do this. So it's hard. It is not easy. So here we go, and let's try it this way. Like this here. I put. So what I do is I leave it a few seconds to really heat it up, and then it sucks the things inside. So again, it's a tedious process, but you know what? It really cleans it up. You can see that they have, some of them are dirty and some of them are already clean. So that's how I do it. Tedious process. So here we are. It's pretty clean. And now I'm gonna put the socket. Uncle Bernie sent with his device a very thin socket, low profile, and he specified that it has to be like that because the drive goes on top of this, so it has to be very, very low. So here it is, and I'm gonna just solder this in here, making sure that everything is flattened, and yeah, it looks like it's very flat. And then of course on top of it, this new IWM will go. So I'm gonna go ahead and solder it. Here we go. I had to put a little bit taller so I can get in anything for my viewers, friends. So here we go. What I do is I do one corner first, and then the other. I want to make sure that this is all the way in. At the same time, I want to get burned. You see, it was not all the way in. Now it is. Okay, so once you do the two corners, you are able to do the rest of them. Good. I'm still going to be pushing a little bit. Just I want to make sure that it's really well flushed. I got my finger underneath. I shouldn't, but you know, that's the only way to make sure that it's pushing all the way up. Hopefully I won't get burned. Same here, I can feel the heat on my finger. But anything for science. Science! I just burned myself. So anyway, I think I'm good now. Again, I'm not the most versed person. Have you ever seen that when you're soldering, all the smoke goes directly to your face? I have a piece of glass in front of me, and it goes around and goes to my face. So that's I don't know what it is about smoke that it always goes to your face. I gotta read about it. But anyway, it's not important. Just funny. It's not that bad. Look, it's almost there. So what I do is I just put it right now, and then I'm gonna come back with a little bit more later. I'm just making sure that it fills out. As you can see, when you put it in, it fills out the rest. Yeah. I don't know how other people do it. I do it like that. Other people do it like this. Boop. I like to take a little bit and then push it over there. Take a little bit, push it over here. Well, I'm almost done, but these fumes are just getting into my face. I got a little ventilator, but I thought for this short thing I didn't need it, but I may need it, you know. So at the end I go and put a little bit more, 12 of them, to make sure that they all have been really settled down. They all seem to be okay. And as you can see, this is very low profile, so they barely come out. Seems like this needs a little bit, this one needs a little bit more. Yeah, they all look really good to me. Okay. All right. So let's see. Looks really good. Let's go ahead and clean it up a little bit. On this side, this out looks also really good. And here we go. We just take out our chip, IWMless, from Uncle Bernie. Thank you, Uncle Bernie, again. You're awesome. Thank you also for being so patient, because I've been doing so many things, so many cool projects that I really wanted to do this one. And it took me a little while. Okay, so so why it doesn't go all the way in? I think it's such a low profile that it doesn't really go in. Oh wow. Well, it goes in, but it doesn't seem to get tight. It just gets in like this. Well, I'm not that happy with this. This is, let's see. I'm not gonna push it. Oh, I can. Yes, I can. Oh, there you go. I was just afraid to push it too much, but hey, wow, it was a real nice tight fit. I'm sorry, and it. Wow, look at that. It's really nice. Go farther so you can see where I'm working at. Yep. So I tried to make sure that you guys could see it. So there it is. Give me a minute. Let me set up this motherboard so I can test it. Okay, so I'm giving you a better view of my setup. What I'm trying to do is now I'm going to try to turn it on. This is using my cool adapter, of course, from A-Beat Stuff. The adapters for using a USB connector, 15 volts for the Apple IIc. Then we got our power supply, we got the chip, we're coming out to this monitor, and this is Floppy emulator, the W drive. The keyboard is connected, but this is basically bare bones. So let's see if it works. Of course, no sound because I don't have the. And oh, it's working! Oh, it's loading. Apple II desktop. Yeah. Oh my God. And it has several drives. So as you can see, it's working. I'm gonna leave this over here. Okay, I wanted to show it. The cable doesn't let me. Okay. Anyway, it's loading. It's still loading. Yes, it mounts several drives. And it opens. This thing works perfectly. And that's the only way that I can test it. I actually talked to my friend Antoine Bignot, and asked him, how can I test an IWM? And he just told me, just mount things in SmartPort. And this is a perfect show because it mounted a floppy, it mounted a couple of drives and the original drive. So the IWM, it's working perfectly. So this is it, guys. Now, again, the only issue that my friend or this person, Uncle Bernie, told me is that it doesn't work with Apple IIgs or Macintosh. That's why it's called IWMless, because it's just for certain Apple IIs, Apple IIe and Apple IIc, as far as I know. I am not sure. I'm gonna talk to him again, but I think he told me IIc Plus also would work, but GS doesn't. So I'm gonna touch base with him because he told me, hey, have you done anything? And I was like, oh my God, I'm really sorry, I haven't done it. But now that I got it, I can tell you guys that it's a beautiful, excellent replacement. And yes, my IWM was bad because it was not mounting anything at all. And I just put this here and it works. So the only problem that you will have is that you got to replace or remove the IWM. Most of them, I only have encountered 2 motherboards that had a socketed IWM. The other ones are always soldered to the motherboard. So the socketed ones were, I think they were Europeans. So I think that's why. So again, that's the only concern or thing that you should be aware of. This has to be replaced. If anything, maybe if you don't feel capable of doing it, you could send it to either Joe or myself, and we can do the replacement for you guys. I don't know. We will talk about that. I'm going to talk about Uncle Bernie because this is amazing. This works perfectly. My machine is working now, thanks to him, and I am going to buy more of this from him because I really need them. I need to test this also in a Unidisc, but I don't have one that it's damaged, and I don't want to open one just to test it. If somebody has a Unidisc that has problems with a Lyron card, send it to me. Maybe we can test it with this. And the other one is the Lyron card, the ASCO Lyron card for the 2E. If somebody has one that is not working, let me know. Maybe you can send it to me. I can test it, and if it works, I'll send it back, and maybe you guys can buy one of this. So there you go. It opens a lot of possibilities. It is really, really good. It's something that I was looking for. Last time I heard somebody was working on that was Plamen, but I think Plamen has been very, very busy. He had some prototype, but he never finished it. And now we got it. So Uncle Bernie, thank you very much. We got this. I'm going to continue working on this. I'm going to do more tests, but I think it's a success. This machine was not working. Unfortunately, I didn't show you before, but trust me, I was trying to make it work. And it just boots. You put a floppy and it doesn't recognize it. So now it works. And as you can see, well, even if it was working, just replace it and works, shows that the chip is good. Anyway, I think this is what I wanted to show you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment a lot. I try to return the comments and comment with you guys because I like to chat with you guys about this. And let me know. And I think this is it. So see you next time.